up over somebody that is hooked down.
Leg behind, man. Slow-mo,
The guard up front kick, and you do that front kick, man.
Takeru versus Superlek. Takeru might absolutely lever Superlek. Oh, that might upset a few people. So I, Pro Striking, had previously done a breakdown predicting Takeru would knock out Rodtang. Rodtang has since withdrawn from the scheduled contest and Superlek is set to step in. Incredible. It's why I love this sport. And did Rodtang watch Pro Striking's video and bottle it? No, obviously not. Now these two men have an opponent in common, Daniel Puertas. Superlek recently fought against Puertas under kickboxing rules and it was for the One Kickboxing title. I think Enhachi had made the belt vacant and Superlek Puertas was the match to fight for it. Puertas showed a fantastic chin and refusal to quit, weathering some serious suplex storms over the 5 rounds, as well as giving the Muay Thai champion a few things to think about with his punching power. Puertas has a big frame, he's a physical guy, and he punches hard. He did eat a lot of shots from Superlek, but he also had some success, especially in the early going where he was able to push Superlek backwards and let go with his hands. Now Takeru versus Puertas, that was over within 2 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Takeru walloped Puertas with the right hand to put him down a minute into the bout before finishing off with blistering combinations to the head and body as the Spaniard fighter tried to recover. Styles make fights and kickboxing math isn't as simple as saying he beat him more easily so he's obviously better. Doesn't work quite like that. But I genuinely believe the difference in this bout, as I'd stated with the Rodtang Takeru matchup, is the punching power of Takeru. When you combine that power with his durability, it is a steep mountain to climb for any fighter at the weight if they don't possess the same one-shot knockout power in the hands. And the reason the hands are going to be the biggest problem is because Takeru will force the action and often put himself into the pocket, which makes it very difficult to counter kick against him. Now, could Superlek catch Takeru with a head kick and shut his lights off? Absolutely. That is a very real possibility. Superlek has a nasty kick and he whips it up well. But when we look at Daniel Williams, a man that Superlek had knocked out within kickboxing, he was very undersized at the weight and he was really no match for the Thai fighter. I'd seen Williams compete live in Australia at 55 kilograms, so to be fighting an elite Thai like Superlek in the 60 kilogram division just seemed not fair, especially when it's the Thais with hundreds of fights experience that are usually the ones giving up size. Now I really enjoy Superlek's kickboxing style. He shows shades of Roberto Duran with his inside boxing as he dips and bends at the waist to avoid punches on the inside, whilst coming back up with tight shots to the head and body. It's lovely stuff, free-flowing boxing that any pugilistic fan can appreciate. Then he has that beautiful Muay Thai base with the step-up knees and kicks to the leg, body and head. But I just don't think he'll have enough firepower to keep Takeru at bay. Just look at this barrage that Puertas happily took, and then just go look at the way Takeru flattened Puertas with an overhand right. Now, as much as I don't think Superlek will be able to keep Takeru off of him, I do think he has the defensive skills to stay the course. But with this contest fought in Japan, Takeru's home country, I can't see Superlek being given any favours, for example being permitted to slow the fight down with tie-ups, and then I don't think his kicking game will be rewarded in the same way by the judges in Japan as it would be in Thailand. As much as kickboxing is kickboxing and it shouldn't matter where it's fought, the judging criteria should be universal, we all know that this just isn't always the case. Just go and watch Bukaw vs Masato 1. Now you may be sat there thinking I've done Superlek a disservice, and you might be right.
Bruh.
I genuinely think he's a fantastic fighter, especially under Muay Thai rules. But we have to remember that kickboxing is a completely different sport. It's like saying all racket sports are the same. Just because you're a Wimbledon champion doesn't mean that you're going to be able to go over to badminton or squash and win all the medals there. It's a different sport fought under different rules. And Superlek has lost recently under the rule set against Ilyas Enhachi, a fight where some may argue Superlek could have been given the win, but he struggled to deal with the movement and footwork of Enhachi. Kickboxing favours strong punchers, and I feel like Takeru is going to force his way into the pocket, push Superlek back towards the ropes, and let go with combinations. I think Superlek is durable enough, I think he's tough enough, I think his eyes are good enough for him to weather a lot of the storms, but I think he will ultimately lose to Takeru, and he's going to have to endure some serious punishment to see the final belt. Takeru recently did some sparring with Nongo, and the Thai fight actually looked really good against him, but again that's just sparring, and as much as Takeru might look like he's throwing with full power, it just doesn't have the same energy as an actual fight, particularly when the stakes are so high. I think Takeru in his home country of Japan, fighting for Japanese honour, under his rule set is going to really force the action, push the pace, and stay in a range that's going to be hard for Superlek to get off his best work. Either way, I'm looking forward to the fight, and I'm sure it's going to deliver. Both men have truly entertaining styles, and are two fighters that any beginner should take notes of. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Takeru is going to run through Superlek, or do you think the kicking machine has what it takes to get the job done? Pro striking out. I'll catch you later.